In a previous video, we explored how to use CODAP Sampler to generate data from a model with the mixer and spinner options. The purpose of this video is to explore another use of the sampler, taking random samples from an existing dataset using the collector. I have a very large dataset of over 5,000 movies and lots of information about each movie from data.world, which was compiled by scraping information from the online movie database IMDb. I can drag my CSV file into CODAP, then select the collector option, and select my movie's data from the dropdown. And now here you can see that my data has been populated into the collector where each movie is represented by a ball. I'm going to treat this dataset as a population, even though realistically it is missing movies. Let's say I want to take a sample of these movies to approximate the average length of movies. I want to sample 45 movies for my population, so I will change the items to 45. And I want to do this 5 times. I've clicked Start, but sometimes when sampling from a large collection, it may take a few seconds for cases to be sampled and for the table to populate. Now that my 5 samples of 45 movies each have been taken, I can graph film length. And in order to see what the distribution looks like for each sample, I can separate them by sample. I can display the mean, and now I can start to see the variability in the means between samples. If I wanted to collect the mean movie duration for each sample, I can also use the Measures tab in the sampler. Using the dropdown, I can select the mean formula, and then select film length from the attribute list. I'll name my attribute average length. Applying this formula will populate the measure at the sample level in the table. Now I can graph that measure and visualize the distribution of sample means. Let's close this other graph. And returning to the sampler, let's collect 10 more samples of size 45. Notice how that the means for each sample are being plotted, and we now have a way of visualizing a growing distribution of sample means. Now you have the skills to imagine using the collector within the sampler for your own tasks that involve drawing a random sample from a known dataset.